Hey guys, Joel Frank speaking here, market analyst at YouTrading, and today we're taking a look at gold because there's some interesting technical observations that I've got that kind of potentially could fit hand in hand with the fundamentals. So let's take a look. The chart here that you can see, it is gold, spot gold, XAU USD, and it's on a 1 day. Each candle represents 1 day. So you can see in the last couple of months, really since the sort of the start of August, we've been in this bearish trend channel with this, the top, and we've only hit that twice, that level, but this sort of parallel trend line to the bottom, we've hit now on 3 occasions, once back in August, then again in November, then again recently in March, and that has provided decent support. But I mean, the fact that we're still in this trend channel does imply that over the long term, the technical bias does remain to the downside over the long term. So in terms of a bit more short-term stuff, what's going on? Well, as you can see, since we bounced from that trend line, we've been moving back to the north, and I'd just like to point out a couple of key areas of resistance to watch out for. So first of all, there we go. You can see there's the November 2020 low, and there's also that low from what day is that? That's actually the 22nd, or it might be the 19th of February, but basically there's that low from February, and they correspond quite nicely. And if we rally back up to that, so that's 1760, we're currently in the 1730s, then a lot of sort of the longer term gold bears might use such an opportunity to sell gold. So that'll be a difficult one to get over. Before we even get to that, though, there's a couple of other points of resistance. You can see I've got some of these SMAs, simple moving averages, and the most pressing one, this one here, that you can see has actually been capping the price action recently. That's the one 21-day moving average. And then there's also, I've seen a few other people pointing out this blimey, it's not working. This level of resistance here. So here we go. Now I've got it working. You can see this downtrend that started in December, and then it sort of was in play in February, and then, well, yeah, throughout February. So if we could break through these levels, then that would actually be a short-term bullish signal. If we could break through this resistance, let me just show you what I mean. This area here. And potentially, if we could get through this area, we could move higher towards this moving average, which is the 50-day moving average, and then perhaps even the 200-day moving average, and the top of the trend line. In terms of the fundamentals, though, potentially it's going to be a tough task to break above that area of resistance that I've pointed out with the circle, okay? Because we do have, today we have the Fed. And going into this Fed meeting, one of the key talking points in markets recently has been rising government bond yields, particularly in the US. Now, the Fed has not signaled much concern about rising government bond yields. Now, remember, rising government bond yields tend to be a negative for gold. So, if at today's Fed meeting, Powell and the rest of the Fed continue not to worry too much about rising government bond yields, well, then that could spark a further rally in the 10-year yield and the 30-year yield, which could potentially trigger strength in the US dollar and, like I was saying before, weakness in gold. So, I mean, the events today, we're going to have to see what happens. Maybe they're very dovish, in which case we could see a break in gold above this these areas of resistance. But if not, and if yields do move higher, if the dollar does move higher, I think it's probably more likely that we're going to see gold continue to the downside and potentially move back to the bottom of this long-term trend channel, this one here, and that could mean another break under 1700. But anyway, yeah, that's some of the technicals that I'm looking at with gold, and just some of the fundamentals to think about in the near term. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.